Wrexham AFC and soccer royalty Manchester United play right here in Snapdragon Stadium. That's coming up.
The soccer fans are riding to the game in style in these British-themed taxi cabs.
We're working for you in Encanto. Some good news tonight for a landlord who is having problems with tenants not paying rent.
A deadly crash outside Sharp Mary Birch Hospital leads to a multi-million-dollar settlement with the city of San Diego. Details coming up.
And claims that NBC Universal trimmed its trees to put the heat on striking actors and writers. Is that true? We verify.
And Beauty to the Streets knows that when you're down on your luck, there's no better feeling than a hot meal, hygiene products, and a hug.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts right now.
Breaking news, we're continuing to follow east of the 163 near Santee. Crews have stopped the spread of a wildfire set off by a military training exercise.
This started at 2:30 this afternoon in Sycamore Canyon in the far eastern reaches of MCAS Miramar. The Miramar Fire Department, San Diego Fire Rescue, and 2 water-dropping helicopters have been working to put the fire out. According to a base spokesman, about 106 acres have burned, no structures are threatened, and no one has been injured.
And of course, this continued heat wave is making that fire risk even greater.
Yeah, we jump when we see those flames. Meteorologist Sean Stiles is monitoring the conditions. He's in for Carlene today and joins us now with what's going on out there. Sean.
Carlos, Shannon, I've got a look at the nearest weather station in and around the fire area, and it's in the Poway region. And as you take a look at conditions there right now, it's 92 degrees, but the saving grace here, although 45% humidity is not where we'd really like it to be, it's not in the 20% range, and the winds are only gusting to 10 miles per hour. So the combination of temperatures dropping off as well as the higher humidity is helping firefighters with the lack of wind. Shannon did mention the continuing heat wave. We've got a heat advisory basically from the I-15 corridor all the way into the foothills and into the mountains. On the east slope, the excessive heat warning is in play through Imperial County. The National Weather Service has gone ahead and extended both of those until Friday at 8 p.m. Temperatures remain toasty from the coast to the inland valleys. We're staying well above average, a good 3 to 5 degrees in the coastal strip, and in the inland microclimates will stay in the mid-90s as we make our way towards the weekend. I'll have your 8-day microclimate forecast in just a bit.
Thanks, Sean. See you in a few. Our other top story, a huge night for soccer fans here in San Diego, as one of the world's most popular franchises is about to take the field at Snapdragon Stadium. We're talking about Manchester United set to face off with Wrexham AFC in less than 90 minutes.
Actor Ryan Reynolds is one of the owners of Wrexham AFC. Maybe he's in town. Either way, you do have options tonight when it comes to getting to the exhibition match. The trolley or a red London taxi cab. CBS 8's Brian White will have more on that in just a moment.
First, though, let's check in with Marcus Greaves live at Snapdragon Stadium, where people have been having a lot of fun before the match even starts. Marcus.
Yeah, thank you guys. It's dying down a little bit. It was a little more crazy, but if you see this huge line right here, this will just tell you how much San Diego loves soccer. More importantly, Wrexham AFC. This entire line is just to get merchandise right here. As you see, they've been waiting for quite a long time. That is A-okay because, again, when you have a time like this, you got to take full advantage of it. And speaking of those Wrexham AFC fans, I had a chance to talk to a husband and wife, with the wife being a Wrexham fan, and let me tell you, they were a great interview.
Wrexham rules! They're gonna win! They're gonna take Man U down!
United all the way.
Why?
And we're still married.
So that's a question I have. How does that work in the household?
I'm in charge.
Nah, she thinks that. Nah.
We got a score prediction?
Wrexham's gonna win 4-1.
Ah! No way. United, I think 3-0.
3-0?
3-0.
And it's been entertaining all day long out here. You see right here, we even got what it's like to be a goalie and throw the ball in. Now, I would take my chances, guys, but I don't want to embarrass myself, and there's a huge line right here, so if they saw me do it, it would be pretty bad. Again, we still have about an hour and a half before the match starts, but hey, The atmosphere out here has been insane. The fans are absolutely having a blast. And let me tell you, this just shows how much San Diego loves soccer.
Marcus, I want to see you in that goal. You can cover some space. You can move, man.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, just cut in there for 10 to 15 seconds. Tell them your fans want to see you in action.
Well, we don't have time now, but get the video. You have plenty of time. You're down there. You go do that. We want to see that in sports.
That's our tease. That's our tease coming up.
I was going to say, as long as somebody can carry me back to the car, I'll give it a shot. But I might throw out my back.
We'll send out help. Thanks, Marcus.
Thanks, Marcus. Well, if you're not already at Snapdragon Stadium, many fans are still making their way there right now, and some have an opportunity to ride there in style.
CBS 8's Brian White is live in Barrio Logan, where some lucky soccer fans have been getting taxi tours in British-themed cabs. Brian.
Yeah, I'm here at the Liberty Call Distilling Company, where soccer fans are gathering to watch the game here, getting their food and drinks before the game. Now, right out front here is where these retro red British taxis have been picking up soccer fans and driving them around for photo ops and taking them over to Snapdragon in style.
I enjoy seeing the people's reaction, the smile they put on their faces.
Edward Ludwig here is co-owner of a British-themed taxi company that operates out of Vegas, New York. But Marriott Hotels brought him out here to drive fans around on taxi tours and to the game, all for free.
Not only do they get to see a British team, they get to ride in a British car on the way to see the British team.
One thing about this British taxi that takes a little getting used to is that the steering wheel is on the right side.
What gets me is seeing people's reaction when they see a cab and then they see me, I'm on the right side. They're like, or the double take they do on the highway as I'm driving. I'm literally driving right next to them and they're like, whoa, you know?
We stopped off at the San Diego Marriott Del Mar for the Red Room experience, where one superfan has all his best Manchester United memorabilia on display.
Down here we have Wes Brown match-worn boots. He was our defender, and 2002 and 2003 season, he played with this one.
Jere Virtanen is from Finland, and he showed me some of his prized possessions.
Here we have 2 match-worn Wes Brown shirts, then the most famous season of them all, 99, United won the treble, and this is our captain Roy Keane's match-worn shirt. In the middle we have the Duncan Edwards match-worn shirt from the 50s. It's absolutely priceless.
Manchester United fans were able to peruse and admire the great collection.
It's cool to see some of the Busby Babes stuff over there, and the old newspaper clippings and stuff. It's really neat. So it's got some good stuff here for sure.
This father-daughter combo flew out from Calgary, Canada. And as far as how they're getting to the game,
are you guys going to take one of the red taxis?
Do you know what? I've driven lots of them, but if we can go grab one, we probably will. Yeah.
So again, fans are out here in Barrio Logan gearing up for the game right here, getting their food and their drinks and getting ready for start time at 7:30.
Brian, it looks like a lot of fun. We're getting close to game time, but are those British taxis, are they running right now? And if they are, where can people catch one?
Well, they were out here earlier giving the taxi tours, but right now where they're launching from is the Marriott Del Mar, and they're running back and forth to Snapdragon, taking anyone who wants to go to the game, taking them over there, and they'll be running until 7:30. If you're lucky enough to catch one, they are completely free.
That's going to be quite the hefty cab fare. That's a long trip. Brian White reporting live for us from Barrio Logan. Thanks, Brian. A federal judge here in California has shot down one of the Biden administration's restrictions on people seeking asylum here in the U.S.
The judge ruled the policy mandating people try to seek asylum in another country before requesting it at the U.S. border violates U.S. asylum law. CBS 8's Jesse Pagan is here to break it all down and tell us what's next.
Shannon Carlo, this all comes from a lawsuit the ACLU filed challenging the administration's policy, saying it endangers refugees. The regulation came into play in May when Title 42 ended. Long-standing parts of asylum law kicked back into effect, and the Biden administration added some new rules. This one essentially disqualifies people from getting asylum in the U.S. if they cross the southern border without permission and without trying to seek asylum in another country on their way to the U.S. There are a handful of exceptions, like for unaccompanied kids, but overall, most people do fall into that. People who violate the rule can end up quickly deported, banished from the U.S. for 5 years, and could face criminal prosecution if they try to re-enter illegally.
This is welcoming news, especially because we know that many migrants who are being forced to have to apply for asylum in a third country before arriving to the U.S. is just not a realistic prospect.
Advocates like Rios say what the federal government needs to do is figure out a way to welcome and process people with dignity and safety first. The judge granted a 14-day hold on his ruling, giving the Justice Department time to appeal, which officials say they will do. We have seen a drop in the number of people seeking asylum at the border, which the federal government partially credits this policy for. None of this, though, will change our immigration laws right now. Carlo, Shannon.
Thank you, Jesse. CBS 8 is working for you in Encanto, where a landlord was having trouble evicting tenants who she said had not paid rent for 10 months.
All right, David Gofferson responded, and shortly after we aired our report, the problem tenants moved out.
They had burned the cabinets down, making something, and so I had to get all the cabinets replaced.
The repairs are underway at Barbara Gunner's rental home on 61st Street in Encanto. She says the previous tenants did a pretty good job of tearing it up.
Blinds got to be put in. All the blinds were torn down. The commode in the bathroom, everything had to be thrown away in the bathroom, so that had to be completely remodeled.
Barbara tried for months to evict the people living here who had no written lease, but stayed on after her long-term tenant died. A judge ruled the tenants had a verbal lease because Barbara had accepted rent payments before, she says, they stopped paying rent altogether.
They'd been here a year and a half and didn't pay rent for 10 months. Grand total of $30,000.
Last month, CBS 8 aired a report on the rental property and spoke to two of the people living there.
Whether you're a squatter or not, squatters still have rights.
A couple weeks later, Barbara says, the approximately 6 people who were living in the house without paying rent suddenly moved out.
I think they moved out because of the story that you aired.
Barbara says she has spent about $15,000 repairing the damage to the house, which she has owned for decades.
So with Channel 8 and the help and the grace of God, I've almost gotten through it. My main lesson is not to stop being kind to people, but to go ahead and do it legally with the paperwork, signing the lease, getting information on, try to find out where they were before and what their status were when they left the places that they were before.
So Barbara still has some work to do, but she's well on her way to getting this house restored and repaired. She's hoping to rent it out soon for about $3,000 a month. In Encanto, David Gofferson, CBS 8.
Thanks, David. And here at CBS 8, we want to help solve problems that are affecting you. If there's something you would like us to look into, please email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
Still ahead is a viral video of a drastically trimmed tree outside the NBC Universal building in LA real? We verify.
And up next, a settlement tonight by the city of San Diego after a deadly crash outside Sharp Mary Birch Hospital.